let's talk about how to do that transition. All right, so first things first, when you do a transition like this at all, it's called a jump cut. And basically what that means is you're going to need a clean plate, which is essentially just a shot of your surroundings with you not in it. And then you're also going to need a shot of you doing the action. So for me, I ended up getting a shot of me sitting down hard to kind of give more action to the shot, which makes it more, engageable, I guess. So the benefit of doing it this way with having like more action in it is to make the effect more visible, I guess you could say. Makes it more usable and not as boring. You could even almost use this as a jump cut in general, and it looks pretty good. But we're gonna add some more effects to make it look disappearing, and this is how you do it. So step one, after you have your plates, your clean plate and your actual plate, you're going to go ahead and put the plate of you doing your thing on top of the other one. And this is why we need the clean plate. So the next step you're going to do here is set a keyframe on a mask in Premiere Pro. So you're gonna take whatever mask you want, whatever shape you want. I'm gonna use an ellipse mask, and I'm gonna use just an oblong circle. We're gonna start it out to be really small, just kind of in the middle of where I would be. And then I'm going to set a path keyframe. You can also do expansion, but I think path is more fun because you can customize the path instead of just making it a big circle. And then what I'm going to do is move forward about 5 frames. You can do as many frames as you would like because this is your video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to make the mask bigger by simply clicking on the mask and expand it enough to make it where I am. And the cool part about doing this is you could actually customize this as much as you really wanted to kind of make it more of a fun effect. So it doesn't have to just be a straight circle zoom. You could make it a squiggly line. You could use the pen tool to make your own mask. You could mask around yourself physically to make it even more perfect. But for the sake of this video, we're just gonna do a circle mask or an ellipse mask. And now that I did that, it's going to look something like this. It looks a little funky, and then you also have that weird thing at the end there. We'll fix that. So it's a little weird, but it also kind of looks pretty good so far. What we're going to do is add a mask feather of probably around 50. It's going to give it a nice, feathered look to it. And also, we're going to cut the clip here. This is personally what I would do because it's easier. And then just delete the mask on the last half of the video. That's going to make it just look normal. But there's other ways to do it. But for this, now you have kind of like a disappearing effect. You can also turn it into a effect if you wanted to. You could save it and save this as a preset. So you could literally just slap it on to whatever, clip next time you want to do this effect, which is also a really fun idea. But some fun ways to make this better is you can mess with the feather. So I can make this 100, which will affect the way it looks. You can add a little bit more motion blur if you wanted to with some effects. And then you could also mess with the opacity. You could, do a keyframe on the opacity to start at 0, going up to 100. And that'll also give it a little bit more of like a ghostly effect, making the opacity kind of go up as it goes. But it's a really fun effect to use. And then lastly, the last thing to bring it all together is your sound effects. You can go grab a sound effect of whatever you want, a poof, a pop, or whatever, to kind of really emphasize that you just appeared on the screen and you're donezo. And then you get an effect like this. That's really it for today's video. I hope this helped you learn a little bit of a newness in Premiere Pro, and that's it. I'll see you on the next one.